Hey everyone, welcome to Two Idiots Review. I'm Caleb.
I'm Hannah, and we are continuing our revisiting of the MCU trailers with Thor. I think this was the first Marvel movie that I saw a trailer for and wanted to see Thor.
I thought you'd say you were gonna see it, and actually the trailer made me not want to see it from what I can remember. I remember thinking like, oh, the trailer doesn't look good, and even I didn't watch all the movies until like a few weeks before the Avengers, so like I need to know what's going on. So I watched them all. When I got to Thor, I was just like, here we go. Like I gotta watch this movie, I guess. And then after the movie was over, I was just like,
holy crap,
whoa.
That was really good.
I was like, I actually really liked it. I know there's some people who don't think it aged well.
I have friends when I was just like, oh, I really wanted to see Thor, and they're like, oh, don't see it, it's so boring. And then when I eventually saw it, I actually saw it after the Avengers. And when I eventually saw it, I was just like, are you guys crazy? I was like, that movie was so good.
I really liked the mythology and like the space kind of aspect to it. We hadn't had Guardians of the Galaxy or anything like that yet. I didn't really know what to expect, and the trailers did not make me excited to see it, but it was very misleading. These are just from what I can remember. It's been a long time since I've seen this trailer. Yeah. So that's why we're rewatching it and seeing if we still agree if it's a horrible trailer or if we're like, oh, maybe we judged it too harshly this time around.
I mean, I obviously liked the trailer because it made me want to see the movie. It was back then where I didn't watch trailers like a lot, so I probably saw it once and was like, oh, that looks good, and then I haven't seen it since. So I have no idea. I don't remember this trailer at all. But let's take a look.
I like that I press play.
It's not easy to do what you did.
What?
What?
You made my man.
Oh, like a one universe.
Like a bunch of minimum wage mall cops. That's hurtful.
It wasn't even he was just a guy at that point. He didn't even have his powers. Take it on
Afghanistan? Chechnya? Who are you?
Donald Duck.
Kind of looks like Emerald City, like the way they
I have sacrificed much to achieve peace. For through your arrogance and stupidity, you have opened these peaceful realms and innocent lives.
I was like, geez.
It's just like all calm about it.
Devastation.
It's like, you are the worst.
You are a vain, greedy, cruel boy.
Definitely did some ratios.
And a fool! You're unworthy! Father. And I'll take from you your power! I cast you out!
Yeah, this is not the trailer I saw, because this already looks pretty good.
Oh, no, this is Earth, isn't it?
Where did it come from?
I think he said that. Oh no, this is Earth, isn't it?
Your ancestors
Like it.
called it magic. And you call it science. I come from a place where they're one and the same.
I think it was just the TV spot they get. That's probably what I saw.
His fate is in his own hands now.
Spoilers.
I will end this.
Spoiler.
For people who don't know that, like, Loki is actually the bad guy.
Well, but even still, I don't think that spoiled it. Like,
They were fighting.
but you couldn't see who Loki was fighting. Like, he was coming down on somebody,
But they showed Thor, like, hitting at him.
May 6th.
Because, like, for those back then who weren't very familiar with Marvel Comics or just Norse mythology in general, they may not know that Loki's, like, a bad guy.
I think we can all agree that the worst part of this movie is that they dyed Chris Hemsworth's beard and eyebrows blonde. Like,
yeah, that's fair.
That's
I mean, even
just,
Kevin Feige's like, why did we do that?
Yeah, he's come out and said, like
we could redo one thing. He's like, that's what I would go back and change from phase one. Is like, why did we dye him?
Why did you? Yeah, so weird.
Or bleach, I should say, not dye. But.
Well, he could still dye it blonde.
Well,
but yeah. But yeah, so.
But yeah, this is not the trailer that I saw.
I don't even remember what the trailer was that I saw.
It must have been. I must have just seen like TV spots because I didn't really go to the movies all that often, and that's the only time where you would have seen a full length trailer.
Yeah, because this is like the official like.
And
trailer.
I didn't go on YouTube. I don't even know if YouTube was even. I mean, it was a thing, but like I didn't go on YouTube back then. I didn't, so I'm like, I must have only seen the TV spots. The TV spots, I guess, is what turned me off to the movie. But this trailer, I mean, I thought was actually a really good trailer.
It was actually a pretty good trailer, yeah.
And, I would have probably gone in with a much different mindset, which maybe it's good that I didn't because I went in with such a low expectation that, like, I was just, like, blown away and was like, wow, this movie's, like, really good.
Yeah, I mean, and to this day, I know this is going to make people angry, but this is still my favorite Thor movie.
I mean, I can agree with that.
I think it's better than Ragnarok. I'm sorry. I like this version of Thor. I like this version that we see in the Avengers and Age of Ultron.
A little bit more fish out of water, but still humorous.
But still humorous and not
like the
dumb.
whole like him like smashing and like another, and they're like,
yeah,
what are you doing? Like you could just ask for another one. He's like,
or in what is it, the second one where he hangs Mjolnir on like the coat rack?
Yeah, I mean, but the second one was probably the worst.
It is the worst one. Yeah.
So I mean, Ragnarok is but yeah, I agree that I still think that this is my favorite, and this probably still is my favorite solo Phase 1 movie.
Oh, I have to disagree because Captain America.
I mean, Captain America is good too. I mean, Iron Man is good too. I mean, there's a lot of good in Phase 1 other than Incredible Hulk and Iron Man 2. But I don't know. There's still something about this one. I think I just really like the mythos and it's completely different than anything else in Phase 1, and I feel like that's still what kind of draws me to it. So, I mean, for me personally, I think this is still my favorite solo Phase 1 movie. The Avengers still blows all of them out of the water.
I mean, solo movie is probably second for me because I love me some Captain America, but I do really like this one. Like, I really liked the first Thor. So like in the grand scheme, and you're making a list, and I see people putting the first Thor at like near the bottom, or like maybe like 3/4 of the way down.
It's always at least like 15 or below.
And I'm like, I'm like, no.
I still have it towards my top 10, and depending on the day, sometimes it is in my top 10.
It's like we've tried to make lists, and it's
like,
so
every time
hard.
I do it, like it always changes.
I
feel like my top 2 or 3 kind of stay the same.
Yeah.
But everything else kind of shifts around a little bit.
Yeah, I'm like, it depends on what mood I'm in that day.
Like, the Avengers is still always number 1 on my list, and Infinity War is always number 2 on my list.
Winter Soldier is still my number 1.
And I think Winter Soldier is number 3 on my list.
I don't know what my number 2 is, but
yeah, so
that's a video for another day.
But yeah, we make those lists because they have like ones where it just kind of matches them, pairs them up, and you just keep selecting which one you like better until it generates a list. And every time I do it, my list is different. So it's like,
I'm like,
depends on the day.
And then sometimes I'm surprised. I'm like, oh really? That's that high up? Okay.
I know. Sometimes I do look and I'm like, oh, I didn't think like
Spider-Man
was going to be that high up there. I know.
And I did really like Ant-Man, but sometimes I'm like, wow, I really like Ant-Man.
But when I look at it as a whole, I'm like, should it be that high?
I know. It's hard. But anyways, let us know what you guys thought in the comments. Like, subscribe, and get ready for Captain America: The First Avenger.